My people, there is a saying in my language, Aso Balanere, that's not Hamanu. When you put the grasshopper in the fire, at first the grasshopper thinks that he's using the oil that comes from the body to quench the fire. Until the fire burns the grasshopper, that's when the grasshopper realizes that the fire burns. When you warn a child to stay out of danger, and the child fails to pay attention, as much as you don't wish the child to be a victim, when the child fails to heed to advice, nothing else happens than to learn from his own mistake. That's the way it is. South Africans are like stubborn child that learns from his own mistake, that never want to learn from other people's mistake. South Africa has become a place that is too hostile to foreigners. They don't want foreigners in their neighborhood. They want every foreigners out. They are coming out online to say it clearly, openly. We don't want foreigners. We want all of you to go. And who is the foreigners in South Africa? They are referring to fellow black Africans. They are not even referring to white people, Europeans, Americans, Chinese. All those people, they are South African citizens. But the only foreigners in South Africa are those that bear the same color like them, the black people. Their neighbors, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Ghana, and Zambia, Malawi, Mozambique. Those are the foreigners in the mindset of a myopic South African. But I want to take us on a memory lane just to show you the aftermath effect of these xenophobic acts in South Africa. The heat is hitting them, it's burning them. They are feeling the heat, even though it has not come to their understanding, because it's all about forsake. It's all about this is Nzamsi, this is South Africa. It's only the wise who will understand that the country is going down and on a very speed lane. In 2019, Nigerians were being burned alive on the street of Johannesburg. In Durban, Zimbabweans were dragged out of taxis and beaten. South African mobs looted shops owned by Ethiopians, Congolese, and Malawians. The world watched and Africa watched too. And in response, boycott dstv trended in Nigeria. People cancelled subscription. People deleted the dstv apps from their phones. Was it a joke to you? Fast forward to now, dstv has lost over 1 million subscribers in just 1 year in Nigeria alone. Subscriptions dropped from 5.6 million to 4.3 million between 2022 and 2024. That's a direct hit from your biggest market, South Africans. You know, when you are doing things, you don't think people are watching. People are taking account of all your actions. Your words are going louder. Coming out on social media telling people to go, telling people you hate them, you hate foreigners, you hate Nigerians, you hate Zimbabweans, you hate your fellow Africans. Saying it clearly, it comes with consequences. All those actions comes with repercussion, and a heavy one as that. You may not know, you may not understand. South Africa is too tough. Things are getting tougher. You don't even know where it is coming from. And you ask why? Because while your government did nothing to stop the xenophobic attacks, your citizens proudly posted videos of fellow Africans being stoned and chased like animals, and many of you cheered. Meanwhile, MultiChoice was trying to sell us African unity through soap operas and super sport. What's unity? You cannot preach Pan-Africanism and allow your streets to run with African blood. In Kenya, people protested outside the dstv office in 2022 after another wave of violence attack on fellow Africans. In Zambia, shop owners refused to renew their business packages. Even Malawi's parliament debated South African influence after xenophobic incidents. These are not emotions, these are economic consequences. They were not just talking about people fighting, they were talking about economic consequences, economic strategies to humble South Africa. You don't invite the whole continent of Africa in a restaurant, you will never win. Our people used to say, if one person cook for the whole community will finish the whole meal. But if the whole community cook for one person, that person will never finish it. When the whole Africans are cooking economic consequences against South Africa, you don't tell me you can be able to withstand the force, the consequences that will come thereof, because you are not an island of your own. As Africans, we can never survive without each other. We are intertwined with each other's progress. We carry all of us together along. You cannot say because you're a South African, you're a Mozambican, you are Malawian, you are this, you are that, you don't need fellow Africans because you think your own economy today is better. Nobody prays for you to fail, but don't work towards your own failure on your own. Let me be clear. South Africans who hate fellow Africans have blood on their hands, and now they have dstv collapse on their conscience. You destroyed trust, you killed loyalty, you told us to go home, so we left and we took our billions with us. Does it in any way send a message to you as a South African watching this video? And let this be a warning. Zimbabwe suffered under dictatorship, but they did not attack fellow Africans. They never attacked fellow Africans. You, on the other hand, may end up worse, not because of sanctions, but because of your own arrogance and unruly behaviors towards fellow African citizens. The collapse of dstv is not just a business story, it is a spiritual warning. Africa does not belong to one country alone. You can't spit on your neighbors and expect their love. And by the way, this collapse is not just numbers on a spreadsheet. Thousands of South Africans have already lost their jobs at MultiChoice. In 2024 alone, the company announced it was laying off over 2,000 workers as profits crashed. So while you were celebrating the humiliation of foreign shop owners, your own countrymen were quietly joining the unemployment line because Africa fought back with its wallet. When xenophobia was allowed to kill brotherhood, it also killed business. That's the irony. This line directly links xenophobic behavior to economic consequences within South Africa itself, exposing the self-inflicted damage by the South Africans. Just recently, a Nigerian woman died in South Africa because she was rejected at the hospital. She was refused entry. A woman that was due for delivery, she died because she was refused entry into the hospital. See them standing in the hospital entrance in Johannesburg and surroundings, refusing people from entering the hospitals, chasing people away from hospitals, looting people's shops, destroying people's properties, calling people names, burning people alive on the streets of Johannesburg. Those things has consequences. You don't fight Africa. You cannot fight against Africa. One country in Africa cannot just wake up one morning and start fighting the whole Africans. There must be consequences. Begin to feel the consequences of your actions on your day-to-day activities, going to shop to buy one product or the other. You don't know where it is coming from. We are South Africans. This is South Africans, Zanzi for sure. We love South Africa. But you treating fellow Africans as if they want nothing is not something that anyone could tolerate. He that pepes another with pebbles asks for rock in return. When you are fighting your fellow Africans with that kind of your myopic mentality, you are inviting war. You are inviting problems. You are inviting severe consequences. And the government are not doing much about it. I don't see any reason why ordinary individuals, people that are not immigration officers, people that are not police, going to people's shops, going to people's houses, going to people's places where people are working, interrogating them, asking them to bring their documents, chasing them away from where they are working. It shows lack of law. It shows lawlessness, anarchy. If there are undocumented foreigners in South Africa, there is appropriate way to do things. There is a designated authority to take responsibility of such acts, not you humiliating people, looting and stealing from them, all in the name of they are foreigners. You follow black. We will see how it ends. I just pray you people will learn from what is going on right now before it gets late, because I know definitely this is MultiChoice alone. Something greater might be on the way. I must raise my case here. Thank you so much and God bless you. Please don't forget to share the video for other people to see it. Comment your thoughts and views in the comment section. And if it is your first time coming across my videos, I plead with you to follow my page, subscribe. Thank you and God bless.